Number 1 will start on Golden Ore. In the bottom right-hand side, our blue Zerg player is going to be MeomaikA.
If you could just take the microphone just for a moment here, Wardy. I believe my little boy just woke up randomly.
No worries, I got you, Ben. In the top left, our red Protoss player is going to be representing the Starlight Twinkle. It is Nice. As Ben goes and sorts out his kid, we will take you through the first few moments here. But as I was kind of just saying, this is one of those situations where there's one of those situations where I actually think Nice is definitely the favorite. Nice definitely should be the one we kind of look at here. It's like, okay, Nice is like the favorite. Nice is the sort of player that we're kind of expecting to see doing well. But then on the other side, you've got MeomaikA, who can be dangerous. He can be so innovative, and he's gonna, I say innovative, like, you kind of know what you're getting with MeomaikA. You kind of know he's probably gonna have like a fast lair, maybe some faster Hydras than usual, for example, all these kind of things, you know. These are builds that MeomaikA does a lot, but he's so good with them. And a lot of times, sometimes they flop, right? And that's the thing. We talked about this with Blah yesterday, with me and Katz, and it's like sometimes you do these builds, you're like, well, that doesn't make sense. And then it doesn't work, and you're like, well, yeah, it didn't make sense. What were you doing? But sometimes it does work, and sometimes it does do very well. So then it can be okay. Hey. Welcome back, Benny.
Thank you. You know, got a new puppy. So got 2 children in the house, and my little boy was just now Alice back, puppy back, Astor awake, all good in the hood. All right. Now this, like, I love talking about players and like my own experience with players, because Nice is the kind of guy that lived in the shadow of Haas for a long time, but they had totally different styles. Like, I felt that Haas, obviously super crazy, Nice, very, very solid. Whereas MeomaikA, he is super crazy, loves his Hydras, loves his Zerglings, but also he's a true Chad. Like, he turned up at Valencia a few years ago at the DreamHack. No mousepad. Just sets up, and I'm like, what, you play without a mousepad? He's like, yeah, just super chill, like, just loves gaming, loves playing. Like, he took out Harstam in the group stage, like his first match, and it was just like, see, you don't need peripherals. And I was like, oh my god, this guy is so cool, and just happy, you know, buzzing around, just really, really nice dude, just oozes that pleasant charisma. So I always love seeing his name do so well. I love the fact that he did so well in the Oceania region for so long, you know, like a few seasons he just was unstoppable almost, it felt like. But yeah, very cool to see him doing nicely over in this region, but this is not an easy matchup for either one of them.
No, it's really not, like, because again, Nice is Nice is dangerous in himself. We've seen him play some serious late game as well if needed. We just saw that against Serral the other day, not in this event but in another, and yeah, so we know he can compete. We know MeomaikA can be dangerous with his build order choices. That just makes for a good matchup, because I do feel like Nice is the favorite. Their statistic history is absolutely very Nice dominated. In fact, it's very good for Nice. So yeah, I mean, it's interesting because like the match score is very one-sided to Nice, but then the map score is closer than you might expect. And so it says that MeomaikA is always able to like steal a game here and steal a game there, but maybe struggles to take the series. In this case, he's just going to rush to that gold base bottom left. Super fast lair. I was kind of saying this when you were gone, Ben, but like fast Hydras is one of the things MeomaikA loves, and this could absolutely be a route to that.
Absolutely. You know, this is taking the gold base like this. Like, I was just looking at what's being made. Nice little surround of this adept, but it will get away. Tis in the something in the main base, an Oracle. Great drone pull from MeomaikA over here. Didn't lose a single drone so far. Does have Spore Crawlers ready as well, and he's producing a lot of lings. And right now, if you're in Nice's shoes, like, you do see that third base in the bottom, so we'll be sending an Oracle over there just to find out what's going on. But right now, this is already the kind of chaos that I wanted to see out of MeomaikA.
Yeah, no, it's causing a bit of trouble, right? And you got the gold base, the lairs up. Now we've got a lot of lings that are just going to try and test the waters at the front. There's not a lot here from Nice, although he warps 2 more adepts. That should help, and I love that he's building a battery. He's just going to make sure that he is nice and safe. Oracle does find the gold by the win. He's actually going to be able to cancel that Spore potentially too, so maybe runs out of energy before then, gets the drone, which gives the Spore a bit more HP. But now we just send adepts and another Oracle down there, so this is looking pretty okay for Nice to just figure out what MeomaikA's doing. There is the expected Hydralisk Den on the way up. And, well, let's see how well Nice does as he gets rid of this Spore Crawler. The Oracles can come back in, and then there's not really, again, much defense right now on this gold.
I love taking out that Spore. Like, just with some Adepts, now it means you can take out the Queen, keep on just denying the mining on this base, and look at the work account here, Wardy. Like, this is terribly bad for our Zerg player, and that number of Oracles as well. He has given him no breathing room this game, all over the tricks and shenanigans of MeomaikA, and ooh, that's a nice catch from MeomaikA, though. Like, he knew there was a lot of Zerglings on the field.
Yeah, nice. Just kind of walking in there. Move command as well. Doesn't even get like a couple of hot shots. I kind of love that he's got this 4th Oracle. Just really being like, I know you can be a bit wild, so I'm going to have 4 Oracles. But then with the Hydras coming up, how much does a 4th Oracle help you? You know, there was once upon a time Hassan of Valencia in 2018 when, you know, you could actually just mass Oracles against Hydras. That's not really the case anymore, so got to be a little careful with what you build. As I see, the Oracles are going to end up retreating away. Good damage dealt. Nice has a 9-worker lead. Being calm and patient, getting Immortals out for safety. Twilight Council about to be done. Do you think Nice is doing a lot of these things in the correct way just to ensure he's going to be in a good position in the next stage?
And we brought up Bly in the break, and very much at the start here. There is a Bly creep highway going across the center of the map. And when you see that the creep is going in only one direction, which is from your opponent's base, the fastest possible route to your base, kind of starts giving the game away a little bit of what your opponent might be going for. And I do like the fact that Nice is going for a Robo Bay here, which, you know, if this game was to go on long, the Robo Bay can start to get negated by things like Vipers and stuff, but so far he's reading this game so nicely, and he's getting out the correct units here, the correct tech, and seeing the Hydras as well, getting damage done continuously. Nice also hasn't gone for a 3rd base amidst all of this, but I feel that he absolutely is clued in for who and what he's against.
Yeah, I kind of love it, man. Like, I just feel like he's playing absolutely spot on. He's seen this gold and he's just making sure it's never really been a good gold base because he's never let it mine properly. So, you know, at no point is MeomaikA really just being able to sit on gold base saturation and say, cool, my economy is popping off, I feel great about it. No, it's not been like that in the slightest, in fact. So far, very good from Nice. I love what I'm seeing out of him. And just needs to kind of follow through to finish up. And I only say that as those are great force fields as well. These Lings are now trapped over here. They're going to have to just try and run past. We could force field again! Oh. And that's going to block everything in. Wow, that's just all but 3 Lings going down. Even nicer catch from Nice. That was great. I was only saying that because Nice really felt like he had his first series of the tournament under control against SCV. He was playing PvP and he looked great in Game 1. He was really in good positions Game 2 and 3, and he just didn't follow up in the right ways. Now, it's a different matchup and everything, but yeah, I've just seen Nice this event before, get in a good spot and then not kind of seal the deal. So just hoping that he can do so, obviously, in the PvZ, because he is playing fantastic right now.
He really is. He's absolutely on point this game. And, you know, MeomaikA, he really is cool, man. Like, he's on 46 drones right now, and he's just completed a hive. Like, like this is wild. Like, you know, 2-base saturation. I don't know whether he scouted or he did, right, with those Zerglings. He got to see what he was up against kind of thing. And he's like, you know what? What do I need against those Robo units? Vipers. So he's played a super crazy style here, very much his own kind of thing. And he's going for the super good counter against that. But on the other side of things, Nice has gone for High Templars very quickly, getting that Storm out, Chrono boosting it as well amidst all of this. It feels like they're both doing things in an unusual way, but Nice is doing it to respond to his opponent, which is very solidly done. A couple of Oracles do bite the dust here, though. Nice grab.
Yeah, the Oracle count now down to just 1, so we're just going to have to make sure that stays alive. The main goal of it is to obviously provide you with information, just vision of where your opponent is at and everything. Man, I mean, this army of Nice is never meant to die against Ling Hydra. And obviously, you know, the Colossi now being countered by the Vipers, and yet we're going to have the Storm to replace the Colossi. You really just have tech upon tech, and, you know, to deal with, like I say, just Ling Hydra. That's the issue. It's nothing else from MeomaikA. And that's where he should probably run into a lot of issues here, as the Hydras do get revelated for a few moments. That's, again, that one thing that Oracle wants to keep on top of. Keep the revelations popping, keep the vision going. Just know where your opponent's army is at every point in time.
One nice thing for MeomaikA, with the fact that that gold base never really got mining, the fact that it is now does mean it will last for a much longer period of time. Like, his drone count's pretty damn low. He's on 55 here, and he's just starting upgrades, like getting that Adrenal on the go, getting his first actual damage/armor upgrade of the game on the Lings as well. it is going to come down to, well, it looks like it's going to come down to one fight, because neither player's eco is super good, which, that's going to be spicy here, Wardy, because this creep highway has also got to a point where it is on the other side of the map. Although Nice is starting to shut that down. When you've only got one line of creep on the map, that does feel kind of brutal if you are MeomaikA. I don't know, Wardy. I don't often get to cast games like this, but this seems like it's a bit of a wild one. Oh, Disruptor shot is a bit scary, but does not really get the connection it was looking for.
Yeah, only a single Zergling there, so not too big of a deal. As you do get that Ling Hydra around on that left-hand side, looks as though we are going to go pushing upwards and trying to aim towards the left-hand side base. A couple cannons will start to take damage. We actually do see an Oracle going down the right, a few Lings getting stormed, and Zealot, Stalkers, Immortal Colossi, everything just holding tight toward the third base right now. As this army of MeomaikA does back away. I mean, yes, MeomaikA has a lot of stuff, but again, how good is this stuff? And Nice is just going to take the safest, most calm and collected way forward he can. He's going to say, cool, I'm going to take a fourth, I'm going to add on Stargates and a Fleet Beacon. He's in no rush to end this game. He's just going to, keep on moving forwards, further his tech, and just know that defensively he can't lose a fight. So yeah, he's just going to sit defensively and improve his army. Why the heck not?
Yeah, so much blue on the map, and I mean, his drone count's low, right? Like, we're at 54, he's making a few more as well. Ultralists are going to start coming out as well, which could be a little bit spicy. There are 3 Immortals in the mix with a 4th joining, but it looks like Nice is going to be trying to get an air transition going. And I mean, that kind of transition is what you would normally want to go for in a game like this when you feel like you've secured yourself, but we know what's coming, and this is definitely the moment for MeomaikA to try and get something done with this army, especially with those Ultras joining the field soon, but Nice is doing a good job of just utilizing these little chokes on the map, isn't
he? Yep. Absolutely, as you see the Hydras there, going to pick off one hallucination, just going to see the Zealot going down. Tectonic Destabilizer coming up, and a few Tempests on the way out as well. Ling Hydra trying to get up the left-hand side, going to crash in. Those cannons are going to be there to push this back. I'm just seeing that so far MeomaikA cannot make his way up. I mean, Tempest, honestly, just still, everything, the thing is, yes, MeomaikA gets a lot of stuff out, but, the rebuild potential is not there. The moment he loses an army, he can't really afford to rebuild it properly. And that's not good when you're playing the army that's kind of meant to melt, but then go again quickly and just rebuild. That's what doesn't really add up, right? But then this is what we see all the time out of MeomaikA, and sometimes he makes it work, so I'm always a little bit scared to really commit to, really just believe, yeah, Nice has got this one locked up, because sometimes they make mistakes against these kind of styles.
They do, and I'm looking at so much blue wrapping around here, there, and everywhere, and all it takes is for one bad fight. Really does. And I mean, we talk about remax value, but he does have a lot of minerals to get out a lot more Lings afterwards. He's going to have 2-1 kind of soon on these units as well. But now Nice feels comfortable enough to get some units out on the map himself. And this, if you are the kind of guy that likes to be aggressive, and you see that whole blue army marching back to deal with just 6 Zealots on this gold base that have already done the damage done that they were looking for, this is the kind of stuff that could start biting you in the butt, because Nice uses his opportunity here. He's remaxing with really good units, carriers. He's taking a 5th base in the top as well. He's on 2 cyber cores here, getting armor and attack. And MeomaikA has no idea whatsoever this is going on. There's no... I don't think there's a Spire on the map. He's getting spine crawlers of all things as well. Drone count's actually a bit more decent now, but it's still not good. And Nice is playing MeomaikA like a fiddle, I feel.
Yep. No, I think so, right? It just feels like at some point MeomaikA has to attack. When he attacks, the longer he waits to attack, the worse it's getting for him. More carriers, more tech units, more energy on the High Templar. Adding on the Ultras didn't really do much for me, and he's not really done anything since then. It's just more Lings and more Hydras. It's more of the same. Okay, he got these Vipers out, but we've yet to see the Vipers be able to spellcast, That's how well Nice has just zoned him out with everything so far. So yeah, it's just not looking good for our Zerg player. Not really much else to add on. It's kind of weird because we've not had a bigger fight, but when we do, it really should be very good for Nice.
I think it should. Again, you can see MeomaikA and what he's looking for. He's looking for the wraparound. He made a 3rd Evo, by the way, to start the range upgrades as well. But Nice is doing a damn good job of making sure that wraparound never happens. And lovely feedbacks on these Vipers. And I mean, you can see that MeomaikA's army, if it's just fighting from one angle, it's just not going to cut it. Like this is that army that every Protoss hater hates to play against, Wardy. Disruptors, High Templar, Carrier, Tempest, lasers.
Yeah, and now we're going to be forced into the fight as MeomaikA because he got cornered in, so Nice can essentially force him to take the engagement. A single Ultra runs in towards the Immortals. Zerg doesn't have that recall button like a Protoss can. If they get stuck in a corner, Disruptor shots will completely miss, but don't even think they are necessary. You can just see that MeomaikA's army melts away. Everything goes down. Okay, he denied the 5th base. You know what? He's rebuilding Lings, and apparently just Lings. He's got a few Hydras and Ultra on the way up, but more, well, not even more, but less of the same stuff isn't going to do it. And we have the Mothership recall into the main for style points. Well, rebuild while the Mothership's here, I guess. That is one way to absolutely deliver the final blow. What a play from Nice at the end.
Yeah, that was actually really cool. Like, that's something that we use from players like Zest.
Yeah.
Quite a while ago. It was like, okay, what do I do with my Mothership? Do I keep it in my army to get yoinked? Or do I send it to the other side of the map and go behind enemy lines? Well, the behind enemy lines after clearing up my opponent's army seems to work wonders. Very cool play, honestly. I think Nice handled that whole game really damn well. I was looking at the numbers and I was like, Nice didn't seem like he was in trouble at any point, and he was playing patient. And that sometimes is easier said than done. Because sometimes you can be like, hey, I'm ahead, I'm just going to go out, right? But it's exactly what MeomaikA was looking for, and Nice just played a damn solid game, Wardy. At no point was I scared for him, which, if you're a Nice fan watching that was the most comfortable game of your life if you're a Nice fan.
Yeah. No, it's, like, there was no moment where I was scared for Nice. I don't think a single one, because he couldn't, like, he denied the gold base. Like, the gold base didn't die, but it didn't mine properly for a long time. And the point at which it did mine properly was because Nice was just like, cool, I'm just sitting back. I'm 4 bases, you know, I don't need to harass anymore. I've got my tech up. So that gold base never really was a factor, and Oracles kept him extremely safe for a long time as well. Like, it just didn't really ever go anywhere. It was, yeah, not really much else to say, just plain and simple that was very much so a case of, yeah. Apparently we're hopping back to the Korean service, so we'll do that right now.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it just wasn't. There wasn't ever a moment I was afraid for Nice. I think that's what it comes down to. Like, MeomaikA's army never looked threatening. The only scared part I had is that in the past I've seen people lose when I feel like in the same way, right? Because like sometimes MeomaikA, Bly, these kinds of players just have a way of making it so that these weird armies that may be a bit larger than usual, they do get a wrap around. They do find that one fight. But that was just not the case here. Nice just made sure that that did not happen.
It's super fun looking back and just, you know, he cleans up the army with that, like, wraparound, which, you know, MeomaikA spent 15 minutes looking for a wraparound, never got it. As soon as Nice got it, he gets the wraparound, then it recalls, and you're like, huh, where's it recalling? And it's like, boom, main base,
Yeah.
gets that frickin' time warp on top of the ramp. Super cool from him. Yeah, solid play out of Nice, and now he gets to play on a server that's more beneficial to him, which that does not spell, you know, super confidence if I'm on the side of MeomaikA over here.
No, I don't think so. That was like MeomaikA's server preference, so now you're going to be even more disadvantaged from the very start of the game, and I do wonder what his plan will be. I wonder what he games to try and do, because he's got to do something different. You can't just let Nice be so controlling again, but then if Nice is just going to play with safety as his main priority every step of the way, then what do you do? I mean, then you got to play not like MeomaikA, but then is that not where MeomaikA runs into trouble? It's so rough. Like, it feels like he needs to do something surprising, but I don't know what surprising is if Nice already knows how MeomaikA plays, so it's a tough question, man.
Yeah, trying to switch gears in a situation like this is, you're right, it's now spawning over in the top left-hand side of Oceanborn. It is the Red Protoss. It is Nice.
Bottom right, our blue Zerg player will be MeomaikA. As we get ourselves into game number 2 of this best of 3, and really would imagine that Nice just comes out with a nice, safe, solid opening again. You know, a couple of depth safety, you know, maybe, you know, probably just the Stargate into Oracles, just ensuring you have a nice, clean opening.
Nice just looked like the more well-rounded player that game. Like, he looked confident, he made good moves, his opponent went for a cheeky gold base, he shut that down, easily with very minimal losses as well. And then MeomaikA was put in a position where he kind of had to do something. But Nice was just like, I know you need to do something, and just played it like that. And that is so wonderful to see, like just the smarts going on. That was nice and cheeky by MeomaikA, hiding the drone over there. We'll get to sneak out, most likely take does take the hatchery on location there. So nice little, I don't want to say a win, but at least nothing going super bad.
Yeah, obviously when you go pool first, you do not want your hatchery to be pushed onto the third location. You're already taking an eco hit to go pool first. Usually, most players would send the drone out to make it look like hatch first, and then pull it back to go hatch on the natural, and the probe scouts into the main. In this case, he just sneaks it around the side. So yeah, cheeky little stuff. That's what you see MeomaikA getting that down, having to find a way to bounce back.
Absolutely. On the other side of things, Nice just going for the safe and standard here, going for a nice little wall off. And I mean, this is one of those maps where you do have that massive flying squid thing in the shadows, which you'll see occasionally. First time I saw it, absolutely scared the bejesus out of me. I was like, holy crap, it's a big overlord. Oh, is he going for a full wall off here? It looks like it, right? He's absolutely read into something here, thinking that something might happen, or just a temporary wall off until he gets something else going, but unusual.
Yeah, I guess just knows the potential of his opponent being very aggressive, and he's just like, you know what, I'm not taking any risk at all. So I'm just going to set that up, especially because he saw pool first as well. As link speed comes up, and we are just going to see the Stargate from Nice. There we do see what he wants to do. He cancels that wall off now, so he clearly feels as though he's, okay, I'm progressing into an okay spot. Clearly he's not being as aggressive as I thought. Still doing something, though. There's no third hatchery down. I know it's only 2 minutes 50 in, but it's usually so quick to it, and we will see it go down now, so good to get confirmation there as Nice, just to make sure he's not playing afraid of something that's actually not happening.
Yeah, I mean, Nice definitely thought something might be happening here, and that's almost MeomaikA using his image to his favor. He was kind of going for a fast speed, and I mean, he is going for a very quick lair over here. This makes me think that he's going for something like a very fast Hydras. I wouldn't say that out of anybody else, but out of this man, I absolutely would. But yeah, Nice absolutely respecting his opponent here and just making sure that he's bulletproof, because even if he does, quote-unquote, waste a few minerals here and there, just to make sure that he's safe and not dying, it tells me that he's comfortable about going later in this game.
Yep. No, absolutely. I don't think he's looking for anything early, so we just have ourselves the Phoenix coming up, and that's going to accompany the Oracle. So just going to use that to push back some Overlords nearby, for example, to start with, and then we will see what this lair does for MeomaikA. It's about to be done. Hydra's are his favorite unit. If he goes Hydra again, I'll be a bit shocked, because it really didn't work last time. Then I'd like to see him just put a Spire down and try and play Mutas. I think they have a bit more potential overall, but it's MeomaikA. He's going to play the Hydra Den, and I just don't see what he's going to do differently that's going to be like, haha, now I've got you with my low eco Hydra build. So, yeah, kind of eyes on MeomaikA to make some plays.
Absolutely. Let's have a little look. See, lots of lings coming out. We will have that creep highway again. The one player I think that is synonymous for me with this is Bly. And, but two birds of a feather, right? Like, MeomaikA's crazy in his way, Bly's crazy in his. This is a nice little start for Nice, though. Does shut down a lot of whatever MeomaikA had planned. Those Adepts sneak in. We'll get a kind of decent location. Nice little wraparound by MeomaikA just to stop the bleeding for the time being. But, not exactly what MeomaikA was hoping for here.
No. You killed an Overlord as well, right, with the Phoenix, and then a Queen with the Oracle. Then you lose 4 drones to the Adepts. This is just all adding up. There's a couple Overlords near the base that are going to start going down. The double Oracle will fly into the natural and just get a few more drones, taking advantage of the fact there wasn't quite a Queen there. So, yeah, it really is, again, just all of these little things done add up in favor of Nice. He's netting himself a 5 worker lead. His army supply is dead solid compared to his opponents. He's building a safety immortal because he's going to take no risks as he sets up into the Forge and Twilight behind it all. And maybe he just goes charge this time and plays into, like, Charge Lot. Arc on Immortal could be a kind of style that you kind of play for here instead of going Blink. If you're going to go Blink, you usually get Twilight before the Forge. So imagine when we see Charge and maybe just a bit more overall aggressive composition from Nice. See how he plays with it. Could just go Fast Storm too, I guess, if he gets the Temple Archives down.
Could do a lot of things from this point, eh? I mean, his opponent, the drone count's pretty low. He's still dealing damage here, there, and picking him apart a little bit. But this game, MeomaikA does have a healthier drone count than he had the previous game at this point. Getting that infestation pit on the go as well. Still no like damage or armor upgrades going on for him, so Nice will have that. And you were absolutely right with the charge. So charge starting, robotics bay as well. Still a very late third Nexus by him, but again, kind of feeling a little bit unsafe about what MeomaikA's doing on his side of things, and that is kind of working in MeomaikA's favor, that he is a crazy boy, because this time he's getting away with a lot more droning than he did the game before. And if you were to just look at the supplies in the situation here, it's like Puros 2 base getting his charge, and you're like, but Zerg 3 base getting Hive, and it kind of decent drone count as well. I'm liking this game a lot more for MeomaikA.
The setup is a lot better. Like, the base foundations really are stronger to build upon. The drone count is hitting, heights we never saw in Game 1 already. And still, yeah, again, that fast Hive. And this time it's not a Hive off a ridiculously low economy, it's just a very fast Hive. And I actually kind of feel as though now the Colossi I don't like as much as just going Temple Archives right off the bat, because it feels like with Colossi you open the door to Vipers being very effective. It's not like the Temple Archives is late. I just don't know if we needed to kind of stepping stone through into Colossi. I guess the Colossi are better should your opponent get super aggressive with Ling Hydra, because then the Colossi are consistent damage output. Whereas, something like Storm is a bit more hit and miss. Archon sometimes will struggle against those Hydras a bit more. So I guess the Colossi are just a real kind of, I'll be okay against Ling Hydra. But like I say, with Vipers then coming out quickly, if that timing doesn't come around, I feel like those Colossi are, like I say, just unnecessary. Because last game he only built 2 as well, which, don't get me wrong, when they got into the fight, they were still good, decent. Just it wasn't like he was really reliant on them. So, like I say, they almost feel like a stepping stone just in case, and in this case, the just in case isn't happening.
Yeah, this game, it definitely feels like MeomaikA was in a much better position right from the get-go. Didn't go for a cheeky gold base, just played fairly standard, but in a way that it's like, okay, I'm a little bit slower getting the eco online, but it's scaring my opponent so much that by slowing myself down a little bit, my opponent's slowing himself down a lot. Good force fields here just to kind of cut things off. And that Colossus, oh my goodness, each shot just evaporating the Lings here, but he's only at the start of the creep spread. Like, Nice has quite a far way to go before he really gets good damage done, and MeomaikA, he's setting up to take on this army. Like, these Vipers now being in the mix, getting that energy, that is huge for him.
Yep, as you see Storm coming up, +2 attacks on the way through, the Immortal building as well. I mean, he's really, again, Nice is getting to the point he was at last game. At the end of the day, like, that's where we're going to end up. And then, funnily enough, so is MeomaikA. Just MeomaikA was doing it with a better economy. I just feel like now he's back to being on the worst economy, because now he's once again just 60 drones on 4 bases, which it always surprised me. Like, you did such a good job getting here. Why are we so averse to just adding like 20 workers and just playing off of an amazing eco instead of like, because right now I feel like you just shoot yourself in the foot, and I feel like it's the biggest flaw of MeomaikA's play. He could be such a terrifying play if he just find that extra round of drones at the end. He is going to hit the timing here.
Oh.
The Colossi get abducted. The Storms were ready, though, and that was big, as the Hydras are going to be all that's left in the end. The Super Battery keeps you alive, and the Zealots are on top of the Hydras, which is a big deal, and that's going to be a big fight for Nice.
It really is a big fight. He needed that fight as well. I mean, that was about as good as the opening could go for MeomaikA, but the Storms were great. That Immortal with the shield battery just lasted such a long time, lived up to its name, but now you're getting chased down by, well, a very solid army, and MeomaikA's timing push didn't quite get the job done. Now he's going into Ultras, though, and if Nice makes wrong calls here and doesn't keep on adding on Immortals or things like that, or just gets them obliterated, I mean, it's still, he's not out of the woods just yet, is he?
No, I really feel like, again, I just don't know how much I love the Colossi. We saw them get deleted there by Vipers, and okay, you've got High Templars, so you should be able to feedback, but right now, again, if you look at it based on the last game, some Immortals would help. No cancel doesn't help either. Yeah, some Immortals would just be nice to build, and if you're going to rebuild the Colossi, that's going to eat up the Robo build time, which maybe does become a problem for you, so yeah, so far okay for Nice, but yeah, like you say, with the Ultras coming out, there's still potential for danger, there's still potential for MeomaikA to take another good fight in the near future, as he does get them Vipers recharged with energy once more.
MeomaikA with his drone count, like on the bases, if you look at his 4th and 5th, because he's up to 5 bases here, Wardy, like, if you were looking at a regular Zerg, you'd be like, oh my god, they're in great shape. And then you look at the drone count, it's like 70 to 67 probes. Not the best. but he plays like a Brood War-esque style with very few drones on each base, so they last a long time, which is one thing that allows his push to keep on going, allows him to get out on the map and be a little bit crazy. But yeah, his economy could be a lot stronger. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, plus 2 melee coming through. Storm is good on those first lings, and the Ultras obviously do not close the gap there. There are a couple of mortals already out, and as we've confirmed, the Ultras more on the way. That Storm was actually straight up unnecessary, as we will not get this base cancelled a second time. Nice is going to protect it well enough to make sure that he will get to 4 bases, and he will secure himself maybe the final base he needs just to kind of really max out. And again, on a maxed out army, it's really MeomaikA magic that has to happen to turn this game around still, I think.
Yeah, if those 4 Ultras were on the field right here, right now, in the base, I'd actually be a bit scared for Nice. But given that he has some time, because this army here, its biggest enemy is Immortals, Archon, Storm. And that is exactly what Nice has oodles of. And you see here, big storms landing, all those Zerglings get absolutely obliterated. And these Ultras and 4 Hydras, it's his army. That's all he has. Although there are a lot more Zerglings coming in the field. I mean, it wouldn't be in MeomaikA if there weren't, right? And they are going to get melted. Colossus plus High Templar. Archon does get picked off to some degree. And Nice is realizing, all right, do you know what I need? More Immortals. Let's get a second Robo. Let's really hunker on down.
Yeah, I think just being able to rebuild the Immortals against Ultras is going to keep you very safe. One thing I feel like Nice is missing is maybe a bit of mobility in the army, right? You know, if you had any amount of Stalkers there, you could have probably blinked after an Ultra or 2. And that's maybe the one thing that's missing to some, like I say, extent, but it's not even super needed. You don't need to have a fast army. It just means that Zerg will be able to disengage here and there. So yeah, that's all I will really add, because I still think that Nice has pretty much everything he would want to have. I don't see these Lings that are on the way doing too much. Obviously, if they catch the army out of position, then sure, but generally, he's been very liberal with the Storms, but he's got enough High Templar to be liberal with them, and that's good, because it means he really can just storm any Zergling he ever sees. He abducted a couple of Immortals in the Colossus too, but these Ultras are going to die in the process of picking those off, so it's not exactly a great trade. It's not the efficiency that Abduct are meant to give you.
And these Zerg, or rather these Zealots with that super battery, were holding pretty strongly there against these kind of decently upgraded Zerglings, so only 7 probes lost over there. But this army of Nice not looking quite as strong as it once did. Definitely lost a few Immortals in these fights over here, but the Ultralist count also suffered quite a beating. And it's not as if Archons are bad against this army either. I mean, I'm clicking on one of these Archons, 31 kills with plus 3. So, I mean, like, these Archons are shredding the Zerglings. They're also doing pretty good against the Ultras, but ooh, speaking of, this is a catch that MeomaikA's been looking for over the last, like, 15 minutes in this game, and wow, I think this was the catch he really needed to really cement himself as the winner in this game.
Yeah, I'm honestly not gonna lie, I'm kind of baffled. Like, to me, every one of these fights look good for Nice. I mean, MeomaikA hasn't really had, like, a good economy, so he's traded bad, his eco's not being good, and yet here we are. Like, he's only just in the last minute really taking, like, the eco lead, because obviously he just killed 20 probes. So yeah, I can't lie. I'm genuinely a little bit shocked and surprised looking at kind of where we're getting to, where now MeomaikA is actually on the verge of, like, you know, killing a 4th base, and if he kills that 4th, then Nice is in trouble. Nice right now, his issue is that he can't split his army well enough to deal with these attacks, right side and left side, and so he's going to lose economy on the left again, and it's just taking him, he's chasing, like, 2 Lings with, like, 2 Archons and a Zealot or 2 on the top right. That's not good, and losing the 4th base pretty much means he won't have the economy for the rest of this game.
MeomaikA, like, absolutely MeomaikA here. Like, those 5 bases that I kind of mentioned, feels like 5 minutes ago at this point, they are still running. And, you know, they're still not fully saturated, which is kind of funny. Like, as MeomaikA ran out of minerals on his main and natural and 3rd now, at this moment, yeah, I see them moving. Now he moves over the drones. So really, he is a master of low economy and just making it work in a very different way. And you just play a different tempo of Zerg. And it didn't work the first game. Nice was on the ball. But this game, he has been caught off guard. And this, in Starship Troopers fashion, Wardy, that is a hell of a lot of bugs.
Yeah, that is just going to be absolutely enough. Lings, Ultras chasing through. Yeah, start to abduct a couple of Archons just closer to the Ultras, and Nice is not going to have enough to hold on. GG. MeomaikA takes game 2. I will not lie, man. Like, I just don't get it. Like none of these armies from MeomaikA looked as though they should have won a fight. Like, you know, like, when he abducted, like, the two Maws and the Colossus, and the Ultras died trying to clean out the two Maws and the Colossus, I'm like, you know, that's worst case scenario. Like, your efficiency of the Vipers provided no efficiency. And then he just smashes through, like, a minute later, and, he didn't even have the eco to, like, rebuild and smash through, so I don't know what happened, really. Like, I think Nice just got pulled apart a little bit too much. He was very happy clumping his army up, but when it came to spreading it out, he constantly got caught just a little bit. Either he moved everything to one side, then MeomaikA struck the other side, or if he had to split, then MeomaikA swarmed one half the army, and yeah, Nice didn't really have a solution for that, and I wonder if the answer to that is just actually being a bit more proactive with static defense, because we didn't really see a lot of that. And if you just have a few cannons and a few batteries, you can do better with less units there, a couple storms to support right on each base, and then you can also just have some time where then you do get across to that base and respond with the full army if that's what you want to stick together. Maybe that's what we were missing, because, like I say, it's just kind of baffling, man. And I kind of agree with what you're saying about the 5 bases, but then I still don't, like, would it not just be better to build 20 drones 5 minutes ago, and then you just have twice as much stuff to just kill them soon? Like, these are questions that, I mean, these games just kind of go against everything I believe in StarCraft, I guess. Or everything I've been taught to believe. And, yeah. I mean, crazy. Cool stuff from MeomaikA, though. I mean, it's always nice to see him doing well, and he is going to get himself a 1-1. Big match as well, because these guys are 1-1 in series, too, so, you know, you win this, you've got 2 shots at playoffs, you lose this, and you've got to play for your tournament life next series.
Yeah, like, I mean, MeomaikA absolutely played in MeomaikA fashion, and it's one of those things where StarCraft's been out for a long time. These players have been doing, some of them, the same stuff for a long time, but it still works. And, you know, how does it work? Well, it's the differences that happened in game 1 to game 2. Like, he kind of used his image and made Nice very scared. Like, that third base was so damn late for him. Would he do that against a regular Zerg? Absolutely not. I don't think so. But this game, just the way that it panned out, all it took was for one base to be unguarded, and it's like, boom, 20 probes down, you know? Yeah. Those are +2 lings with Adrenal. Like, they're going to melt those probes. And yeah, just cool to see his brawler style actually work, because a lot of those fights, you're absolutely right, they did not look the best. It looked like Nice was holding on, but one moment, just chasing a couple of lings, boom, all those units die, and now we're down to hard lead. There is one thing that I have to mention, like the fact that we are playing new maps. I'm wondering if that 4th base location that Nice took that game was incorrect, because it feels like that's further out. Like, if you take the 4th base at the top instead, it all feels a bit more like further away from the Zerg, and maybe then getting the gateway wall offs and stuff, because that army that he had 0 Hydras in. Like, actually going up against gateway walls with the army that he had would have been way harder for him that game.
Yeah. No, it's yeah, I guess that probably is the difference, right? That Nice almost didn't set up defensively. He almost had too much faith in that, hey, my army just wins the fights, right? And then in the end, it just didn't quite do enough for him. So now we end up in game number 3, and in the top left-hand side, how Red Pros play that, we'll have to make a couple of adjustments at least, because what he just did was not good enough. This is going to be Nice.
And spawning over in the bottom right, representing Singapore, it is MeomaikA.
Vietnam,
my bad. I actually know that as well. That's
really
bad.
You just got confused because we jumped on the Singapore server, that's all.
Thank you, Audie, for saving my butt.
It's okay. We were talking about Singapore server beforehand. It happens.
Saving me, and yet again. You're just a bro, Audie. That's why you came to my wedding.
Yeah, man. Got your back. Cat saved my butt twice yesterday, so...
Oh, really?
Yeah,
what happened?
Nothing bad. I think at one point, like, we basically just been talking about how Max was, like, destroying his opponent, and then I basically just said the other guy was about to win, and then Kat's was like, I think you mean the other guy, and I was like, I absolutely did, I just said the names the wrong way around. And then straight after that, I, like, fumbled again, and Kat's had my back a second time over, because I think we came out, I was like, and he just smashed him 2-0, and Kat's was like, 2-1. I was like, yeah, 2-1.
Yeah, I mean, these things happen, especially when you're, like, producing as well. Like, these are a long day, and it's a lot of talking as well. Yeah, we talk a lot of info. Absolutely. It's almost like we're paid to talk or something.
Well, we get paid for this?
Oh, sort of.
Wow, never knew. I just thought we were here for some, I just like talking to you, Ben.
Wait, you're getting paid? What? One of those moments.
It's not out of the love of StarCraft.
I mean, I've been here since the beginning of StarCraft 2, you know? Some people are like, oh, how are we going to make elephants? It's like, when did you join StarCraft 2, good sir? It's like 2019, bro. And I'm like, mate, I was here since 2010, buddy.
Down. And flexing on
Long
people
time.
with his StarCraft history. You just link them to the Wikipedia page, Ben. Just be like, you see this? You see my years active, 2010 onwards? Yeah, shut up.
Shut up, that's right. Yeah, it's kind of a nice bragging point for me, honestly. But anyway.
Kat's actually told a funny story about you yesterday.
Oh, really? What was it?
About when you lost to Scott and you gave an interview, and he said something like, you know, I just didn't bring my A, B, or C game.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, like, Kevin often laughed about me talking about like when players have like an A+ game, but you know when they actually do like an Oliveira where they actually go insane, like, and yeah, some events, Wardy, I didn't even bring my D game, like it was real bad.
So you're like the anti-Oliveira. He brought
almost in a sense.
He brought it on, and sometimes you just brought it on.
Like you know, there was one event that I was like, this is proper throwback, but one event, like, I lost to freaking Kawhi Rice 2-0, and, like, the games weren't close, and I felt that I was a lot better, right? Next day, I get to play Kawhi Rice again, because they had that horrible loser bracket thing, where you had to win, like, 2 best-of-3s versus 1. And, like, from going D game, I then went A game, because then I won 4-0, and it's like, why am I doing this to myself? Like, how is this happening? But, okay, 2 Adepts do get in here. Will kind of cause a little bit of a ruckus. Where the hell are MeomaikA's units? They were very far away.
Yeah, a little bit out of position. I think it's fair to say that MeomaikA has not been the cleanest in the early game. Nice has consistently found damage. There's going to be one of those times, like this might only, well, actually saves the drone there, so it's not even 2 drones. But he got a lot of lings, and, you know, drones had to move around a little bit as well. Now the Oracle shows up, and he will still not get an extra drone. Actually takes a lot of damage on that Oracle for not much gain, so Nice had all the opportunities. MeomaikA is able to stop him.
That was an Oracle, but that super wanted to be Top Gun. Just got shot by rockets and like didn't get anything done. It was yeah, not the best. Look at MeomaikA. This is a throwback, isn't it? I remember when Zergs used to do this. Yes, Zergs used to do this all the time, and then they made it like a lair tech jobber. Because didn't it just require like an Evo chamber or something at some point? Oh wait, drop a lord into Overseer.
Like he built the drop lord in range of the pile, and I was like, okay. And then he flew it in as though it was like meant to go scouts. I feel like it was kind of meant to be an overseer all along. I don't know.
I think so too, because now it's just not a dropper lord anymore. Like that is what people call a bad investment, Wardy.
Oh, absolutely is. No, that was something a little bit wonky. That was something a little bit funky. Yeah, maybe he wanted the drop lord, he had the idea, but then in his head he's like, oh, he's gonna see, he's got the pylons in place, he's like, I'll make an overseer and scout, but then he still made the drop lord, right? Like, it could have been that he still had that intention and then it just went wrong, and then he didn't change it up the way he should have done. As we have our lings back around the right side, and a few oracles looking to maybe dab a mineral line or so. Out Hydras again, Ben. No surprises for MeomaikA still.
No surprises whatsoever. I mean, he's pretty good with them, honestly. It is a bit scary. These Adepts and these Oracles kind of working in combination here. Will get caught out, though, finally, but... Oh, this drone killing is getting a little bit out of control here. 37 drones only for MeomaikA. If it was any other Zerg, I'd be like, they're not feeling very good. Nice snipe there, switching the target, but given that it's MeomaikA, he probably feels all right.
Yeah, I mean, MeomaikA's now 38 to 46, although he is just making units. Like, he's going to send, and he's like, you know what? The last couple games, I've really spent my energy spreading creep with one creep tumor through the middle. Let's just scrap that APM and just move across the map without creep. Like, it actually used to be a MeomaikA thing, just like, no, creep's like, you know, it's a waste of APM. I could be doing more stuff with my APM. Like, this is something he said in the past. He doesn't believe in creep spread. Well, he kind of had those blind trains through the middle previously, but now he's just like, nah, full send, Ling Hydra, let's go.
And also, he's only on 2 queens here. Like, this is 0 economy, all about the attack here. Super battery there in a beautiful position. And he's like, you know what? Let's take down this gateway. Let's get in there. But I tell you what, Nice is holding on pretty damn strong. Those Adepts as well. They are dealing full damage to all of these light armored units, and MeomaikA gets absolutely shut down here. And Nice's patient play, but also very respectful on when he takes his third base, absolutely working out for him this game. And soon he's going to have charge online as well.
Yeah, waited long enough here to kind of just say, you know what, just gonna, I've done damage so that I can afford to take the third base for sure this time around. Absolutely does that, and now he's gonna take his third base. Just a little bit later on, he completely held off that Ling Hydra attack. MeomaikA's like, you know what, I'm gonna send it. And he's gonna send it again, more Ling Hydra on the way, even adding the Bane there, so he has a bit more oomph, as he obviously saw all the Zealots. He knows charge will be on the way from seeing that, so he's gonna get the Bane nest before he commits, but he is gonna commit. Like, he's walking back home now. But if the Baneless is on the way, he's not made a drone in minutes. Like, there's no reason to do anything other than just send this across the map in the very near future.
Yeah, he's got no intention of making this game drag on, does he? He's just hoping that his opponent either moves out or, takes a bad fight at some point. But Banelings are one of the... Well, they're one of the greatest units in the game. Let's not beat around the bush, but they're extremely expensive, especially if you're on low eco. Now, he has a lot of gas, 500 gas available to really bust out a lot of Banes, but without speed and against the army that he's up against, like, he really is giving himself only one shot here. 20 Banes do pack a real punch, though.
This is... if he could force the force fields out before the Banes arrive... Okay, I mean, that's going to cost him a lot of units, but at least now there's no force fields against the Banes, although the Oracle will have seen the Banes, so now Nice is aware. He actually adds an extra sentry. He knows just a couple force fields will go so well for him here. And yeah, 2 Colossi are going to start lasering this down. We are just going to back it up towards the battery, which will overcharge once again. I mean, the Balins get a bit of busting power, but Nice just has so much.
It's a stocky army, that is, isn't it? Like 2 Colossus just raining down on everything. Don't yet have Thermal Lance, but it doesn't matter. GG, Nice does take the